Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for February 25th, 2024, from 1 John chapter 3, Embracing Love, a Christian perspective on the sinfulness of neglecting others in contrast to God's nature and commands. So, yesterday we heard that love originates from God, reflecting His divine nature. And it's not just a human emotion, but a fundamental aspect of God. And so when individuals express genuine love toward others, they are participating in the divine attributes that have been given to them through holy baptism. This love serves as evidence of their relationship with God and acknowledges God, leading to a heart that has been renewed by the Holy Spirit. As believers grow in this relationship, they imitate Christ's example of sacrificial love and also the fruits of the Spirit. But let's continue with John from 1 John chapter 4, verse 8. Anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love. In the Christian understanding, not loving others is considered sinful and evil because it is directly opposed to God's nature and God's command. Consider the command of God, both in the Old and in the New Testament. The command to love God and to love others is central. Jesus himself summarized all the commandments as loving God with all one's heart, soul, and mind, and loving one's neighbor as oneself. So failure to love is a direct violation of the commandments. Also consider that God's nature is love, as we heard yesterday. Love is not something that just God alone does, but it is who He is at His core. Therefore, when individuals act in ways that are contrary to love, such as showing indifference, hatred, or cruelty, they are acting in opposition to God's very nature. So, Christians who believe and trust in Jesus Christ, who realize that Christ resides within us, our bodies are the temple of the Lord, realize that, yes, God's love will be flowing through us to others to reflect Christ and His life. Thus, failing to love others is basically stopping God's love from flowing through us, and in one essence, you could say, stopping God's love from coming from above to us. So not loving others can also lead to broken relationships, divisions, conflict, and harm within communities. This stands in contrast to God's desire for unity, reconciliation, and peace among His people. Therefore, actions that are devoid of love disrupt God's plans for relationships and for humans to work together. So John, as we heard yesterday, notes that being attached to God means that the love is, first of all, flowing down from heaven to us, and then from us to those around us. Not loving God, as we are hearing today, basically means we're not attached to God. Now, to be fair, we don't love all the time. Why? Because we still have a human sinful nature that is rebelling against God. So when we see ourselves not loving, we need to confess, this isn't what God wanted me to do. Asking God to show us more of His love and forgiveness so that we may amend our sinful life. We are forgiven and we struggle. But God still loves all people, including you. God's peace and many blessings be with you, and thank you for listening. And please take an opportunity to share this message with others. If you have enjoyed these daily devotions, please consider making a donation to Peace Lutheran Church, 24024 West Main Street, Plainfield, Illinois, 60544. Thank you again for listening.